Good day everyone, mabuhay. Today, I'll be discussing the topic of the global oil crisis, causes, effects, and the modern day conflicts. Oil is one of the most important resources in the world. It powers transportation, industries, and even electricity in some countries. However, when oil supply becomes unstable, it leads to what we call an oil crisis. Today, instead of looking at a history, let us focus in a current world example, the ongoing tension between the United States and Iran. In 2026, conflict between these nations has significantly affected global oil supply. One of the most critical areas impacted is the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow passage where about one-fifth of the world's oil passes through. When tension arises, this route becomes dangerous or even blocked, disrupting oil transportations. Because of this conflict, oil prices have surged dramatically, even reaching over 110 per barrel due to fears of supply shortage. This situation clearly shows how politically trigger a global oil crisis. Now, what are the main causes of an oil crisis? First, geopolitical conflicts, like the one between the US and Iran. War or tension in oil-rich regions disrupt production and transportations. Second, high global demand. As population grow, more people depend on fuel for transportation and daily life. Third, limited supply and disruptions, especially when key routes like the Strait of Hormuz are affected. So what are the effects of this oil crisis? One major effect is increase in fuel prices. When oil becomes expensive, transportation costs also rise. This leads to the higher prices of goods and services worldwide. Another effect is inflation and economic slowdown. When energy costs rises, businesses struggles and consumers spend less. This can weaken the global economy. In addition, the tourism industry is affected. Flights become more expensive and fewer people travel, impacting airlines, hotel, and tour operators. Now, what are the possible solutions? One solution is investing in renewable energy such as solar, wind power to reduce dependence on oil. Another is energy conservation, like using public transportation or carpooling and reducing unnecessary fuel consumption. Lastly, countries should promote international cooperation and peace because stability is essential for a stable oil supply. In conclusion, the current tension between the United States and Iran shows that how fragile the global oil system is. A single conflict can affect prices, economies, and even our daily lives. By understanding these issues and supporting sustainable solution, we can reduce the impact of future oil crisis. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.